though, she loves the John Wick series more than I do, to the point where, like, and this will be the last story, to the point where, like, John Wick 3 was coming out, and this is one of those reasons why I think John Wick 3 like holds such like a memory for me, because like I took my grandma and my brother and my girlfriend, we went to Vegas, and it was the opening weekend of John Wick 3. So I promised I said, Grandma, I got you. We'll go to Vegas. We'll see John Wick 3. It'll be the first thing we do. And she just didn't believe it was gonna come through, and she's like, well, how are we gonna get the tickets? We haven't gotten them yet. It's opening. I was like, I can get them on my phone. It's fine. Like we're everything's fine. And like we get into Vegas, and she's like, Nick, when are we gonna see John Wick? Do I have to go without you? And I'm like, Grandma, I'll get the tickets. We'll go right now. Pulled them up, bought tickets. I said, Grandma, we got tickets. She said, no, we don't. We have to get to a theater. We have to buy the tickets. I go, Grandma, we got the tickets. She goes, Nick, if you don't take me right now to John Wick, I will leave you here to go see John Wick. I'm like, Grandma, that's what we're doing. I've got the Uber called. Everything's paid for. We're going straight to the theater. So we get in the Uber, and of course this is Vegas. So and so we drive and we get dropped off at a hotel. Yeah. And my grandma freaked. She goes, see, told you now we're going to watch it. This is a hotel, Nick, not a movie theater. I'm like, Grandma, it's Vegas. It's probably in the movie theater. Hotel. I was like, it's probably inside. Let's just go inside. And so we walk inside, and we start walking, and this place makes us walk. Like, all the way. Like, it makes us go through every casino, every this, and she's just like, all right, it's not here. And then we see a sign that says like movie theater, and it's just an escalator that looks to go to nowhere. And she goes, well, it's clearly not upstairs, Nick. So thank you for this trip. And now I'm going to go find John Wick by myself. I go, no, just get on the escalator. And we get up the escalator, and there's a whole movie theater, and we sit down in the theater, and she looks at me and she goes, thank you. Dude, the whole reason we went there.
Oh my god.
The whole reason we took her there and like to go see John Wick and to take her to go see O, which is like a Cirque du Soleil like show.
I love Cirque du Soleil.
It was one of the things that she had only like her goals were John Wick 3 and O. And so that was the two things that we did. But like to kind of like as like a thank you, she bought us like this like the buffet, like a VIP like buffet like experience. So good. They had a seafood. So we sit down at a table, and there's like a little like sign that says VIP. Ooh, but they give us this seafood platter. It was these 3-tiered plate of just oyster and crab and.
Oh, I couldn't do the oyster.
Oyster's that thing on the shell, right?
Yeah.
So let me tell you about this, because Lexi, my girlfriend, always makes me try things. Like even if I don't like to, she makes me at least try it, which. You know what? Has expanded my palate immensely, and without it, I
might try it. I don't think I'll like it.
I won't ever do it again. It was the worst experience of my life. Because she goes, oh, all you have to do is you put a little like lime juice, a little lemon juice on there, you squeeze a little lemon juice, and you just like shoot it like a shot.
Yeah.
And so she put some lime juice on mine, and I go, oh, man, okay, I'll just do the one, because they had a homemade crepe station right next to the table. So I just had to get through this oyster so I get to the crepe station. This guy made it homemade. He was like, I wanted to befriend him or take the crepe machine. One of the two. And
we did befriend a crepe guy in Paris, and when I got to go,
that had to be the most incredible crepe. But
it was amazing. It was amazing.
So I try to take the shot of oyster. The oyster is stuck to the shell, so the only thing that goes into my mouth is the juice of lemon, which and I'm like, oh man, babe, I didn't do it right, and she goes, well, clearly, and so she re-ups me with lemon because she promised me that I'm just like doing it wrong, and so so I do it again, so second shot of lemon because it's not coming, so I'm holding it like this. And so her wise idea, she grabs a fork and tries to get in there and like scoop it out. And I'm like, what is happening right now?
Oh,
it was bottomless mimosas. And
that's dangerous.
My grandma was just kicking them back like a champ.
I love mimosas.
We went to Vegas one time, and we had been driving all over the place. Went to the like Grand Canyon, and we got to Vegas, and me and Lexi were like, "Hey, it's like 9:00. We're like, we're tired. We got to drive 6 hours tomorrow. We're gonna go to sleep." So we went upstairs, went to sleep. Woke up the next morning around like 11:00 and was like, "Oh, we're hungry. Let's go like get breakfast." And I was like, "Oh, let's wake up my grandma and we'll go." I go, "Hey, grandma, you want to go get some breakfast?" Oh, Nick, you're speaking so loud. I just got in at 5 a.m. I was drinking White Russians and playing Keno all night long. And I'm like, what? So fast forward to like this trip.
Awesome.
She's just pouring them back. And Lexi thinks she can keep up. So she just starts going for it, right?
Sorry, Lexi. No, you cannot.
No. So then we go to the mile shopping. There's a mile long like stretch where it's all like these like little like shopping centers. Yeah. And like we're walking, and my grandma finds a store she wants to go into. So I sit Lexi on a bench because she is just do one of these. So I sit her on a bench. We go into a store, and my grandma's like picked out a few things and is at the cash register, and the cashier is like, "Excuse me, I don't mean to be rude, but is that lady over there with you?" And we look over at Lexi, who's sitting on the bench, just like just gone, and we're like, "Oh, well, maybe we need to get her back to the room." So we get
black coffee.
We get her back to the room, and she just basically passes out. But the show we're supposed to go to is coming up, and we have to go see the show. So. And my grandma's like adamant, like she wants to see the show. So I'm like, I go, "Babe, we gotta get. No, I can't. I don't wanna." And I'm like, "Oh man, I'm in hot water over here." Yeah. So I go over to my grandma and I'm like, "Hey, I don't know what to do. Like she's really she's really feeling it right now." And my grandma just straight up goes, "Well, can we leave her here and go to the show without? She's fine. She's in bed. What can happen? Like, I want to see this show." And I was like, "Well, Grandma, she bought the tickets. Like, it's under her name. Like, we need her there." And so my grandma goes, "Well, okay, well, let's try and get her up out of bed. We'll Uber her over there. We'll show her face. We'll get the tickets. We'll put her back in an Uber, send her back, and we'll go see the show."
God, that was a savage.
And I was like, "Well, yeah, we could try that." I go, "Well, Grandma, why don't you just go in there and see if you can get her up?" Because I had tried everything. I went down to like McDonald's and got her fries and like tried to hold fries in front of her nose, like, and nothing. And then for a legit hour, I tried getting her to like get some water, get the nothing. My grandma walks in and goes, "Oh, sweetheart, it's time for the show." And like a pretty little bird, she's like, "Oh, is it?" And she just flutters on up, gets dressed in like 5 minutes, is like from like dead and wasted to ready to hit the strip, and is like do like walking out the door, and I'm like, What is happening right now? I go, "Babe, you don't understand how much work I just went through. I bought you French fries," and that's when I made a mistake. Because we were walking, she's hungover, and she just realized that I bought her "Where are my French fries?" I go, "Well, they're in the room. I tried." "You didn't give me French fries. I'd never see French fries." I'm like, "No, but I had the," and I'm like, "Oh no, this is so much." As soon as we get there, I buy all the snacks. They're like, "What do you need?" "All of it." "When?" "Now." We sit down in the show. She's got all of her snacks. My grandma's ready to watch the show. And of course, like, I always have like this thought, because like, like I said, like my brother can't see very well. So I was worried that I didn't like that we weren't close enough, or this, right, that, and the other thing. Like it was my brother, my grandma, myself, and then Lexi. And so I turned to my grandma, and this is like literally the curtains are like coming up. And I go, "Hey, Grandma, do you think, Tony can see?" And she goes, "I don't give a shit." And just starts, it's like, do you not understand how much, like from her perspective, look at all that she had to accomplish just to get to O, something she already had tickets to. And bar none, she is the absolute like best. And she is like, clearly, like that's so much fun. Like, until the next time, au revoir, c'est la vie.
Auf Wiedersehen, goodbye.
Niet. Is that just no?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.